Hi everyone, this is Matt Vogel, your Instructional Innovation Specialist, and I'm here to talk about SEL in 2021 and 22. I'll talk about potential challenges we faced in this school year, how a focus on SEL can help us meet these challenges, and the specific resources you can use to help integrate SEL seamlessly into your day. So here are some challenges we faced this year. First of all, it goes without saying that the last year and a half was traumatic on a local, national, and global level. There were so many ups and downs over the past year, and the pandemic turned our world upside down. The school year was chaotic. There were something like 5 first days, and there were constant changes in social distancing requirements and other safety issues. Really, things felt out of control last year. In addition, we have goal students returning after a year and a half of remote learning, and some of them haven't been in school or around other children since spring of 2019. In the spring, students took a survey on Panorama, and these two areas were found to be of greatest need at Hoffman: emotion management and challenging feelings. Just a couple of data points that came through were that 61% of students felt that they were not able to pull themselves out of a bad mood. 25% felt they're not able to control their emotions. 59% reported that they cannot become relaxed on their own once upset. And 30% of kids feel lonely more than once in a while. In addition to these problems, all of this affects their academic performance as well. Also, kids need to remember how to be in school. Learning happens in social settings, and many students didn't have the chance to be with other students, and if they were, it was mostly in a distance setting. Kids need to remember how to work in a group, how to talk with a partner, and how to be engaged in a mini lesson, for example. Another issue is a question that teachers had before the pandemic is, how do we squeeze one more thing into a packed day of reading and writing workshop, math, social studies, and science? Another problem is that some parents have the perspective that we need to focus on learning loss and academics, so SEL needs to take a back seat. So how might we reimagine these problems as opportunities? First of all, we know the benefits of SEL. There's a large body of research on SEL that high-quality SEL programming leads to improved academic performance and decreases in anxiety and behavior issues. SEL skills can be taught, and these skills can improve over the long term, and they help improve academic performance. Social emotional intelligence is something that needs to be taught and can be taught. When a student exhibits unexpected behavior, we can become curious about what they are communicating through this behavior, since behavior is communication. Often these behaviors are skill deficits, and practicing the skills can help address the underlying problems of the behavior. As Ross Greene reminds us, kids do well if they can. And if they aren't doing well, we can help each student meet their potential when we look at them as a whole person. For many students, SEL loss was much greater than the learning loss they experienced. All students can benefit from a focus on SEL, and addressing SEL loss at the start of the year will help increase academic performance over the long term, because SEL and academics aren't mutually exclusive. It's not an either-or proposition. When we meet students where they're at, we can address both SEL skills and academic skills when we thread and embed these skills across the day. So we've looked at some of the challenges we're facing this year and how focusing on SEL can help us meet these challenges. Now let's look at some resources you can use to help embed SEL throughout your day. We also hope that this can take some of the work off of your plate and you can see SEL not as one more thing you have to squeeze into your day. First, we have the Thread and Embed prototype document. The Thread and Embed prototype document was developed last spring with representatives from each team. It has a year-long view of second step, or if you want to go deeper, growth mindset or identity work. Want to work on SEL skills in a hands-on experiential way? Kyle and I have created challenges for your class to practice SEL skills by grade level. There are also picture book resources you can use to introduce and explore SEL concepts with your class. Another resource you can use is the Panorama Playbook, which has hundreds of activities you can tailor to your specific class and their needs. Jill and Catherine included these in the Hoffman newsletter in the spring, and they'd love to explore this playbook with you and your class. Another way we're addressing our panorama needs of emotion management and challenging feelings is through piloting zones of regulation, which is a framework designed to foster self-regulation and emotional control. A cohort of grade level reps attended training over the summer and are piloting the program in their classrooms. We will also offer training for teachers and staff throughout the year to show how this program works and how it can help us regulate our own emotional control. Stay tuned for more in future Building Council meetings. So this is your permission slip to focus on SEL, if you needed a permission slip. Dip your toe in with a transition or dive in with a morning meeting. Use the thread and embed document or panorama playbook with your team. And always, the MTSS leadership team is here to help you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to help make SEL an integral part of your day.